What if I told you that without the sun, not only would Earth be a frozen wasteland, but life itself would have never existed? Every drop of water, every breath you take, every cell in your body was made possible by a cosmic nuclear furnace 150 million kilometers away. But here's the mind bender. The sun didn't just allow life, it designed it. And by the end of this video, you'll never look at sunlight or your own reflection the same way again. In today's episode, we are uncovering the untold role of the sun, how it created the conditions for life, triggered the chemistry of biology, and powered evolution over 4 billion years. This is the real origin story of life on Earth, and it begins with the most powerful object in our solar system. The sun formed around 4.6 billion years ago, born from the gravitational collapse of a dense molecular cloud. As the sun ignited into a blazing nuclear fusion reactor, it did more than light up the sky, it sculpted the entire solar system. And Earth didn't form by chance near the sun, it formed because of the sun. The early sun's radiation pressure blew away lighter gases near its core, allowing rocky planets like Earth to condense close in. And if we were too close, we would be scorched like Mercury, too far we would be frozen wasteland like Neptune. But Earth landed in a Goldilocks zone, not too hot or not too cold. That delicate placement was the first critical ingredient. But what if Earth had drifted just 5% closer or farther? Life might have never stood a chance. You have probably heard that comets and asteroids brought water to Earth, but here's what most people don't realize. Without the sun's heat, they wouldn't have been flung towards Earth at all. And once here, it was the sun's energy that kept Earth's temperature stable enough for water to exist as a liquid. No liquid water means no oceans. No oceans means no chemical reactions, and without those reactions, life doesn't stand a chance. Now pause and think, what if Earth's ocean were locked in permanent ice? The entire story of life would have been erased before it began. But even with oceans, something had to flip the switch from chemistry to biology. Now here's where things gets astonishing. Early Earth was filled with the building blocks of life, but nothing was alive. And then came sunlight. Photons from the sun bombarded Earth, spitting molecules, triggering reactions, and energizing compounds like hydrogen cyanide and formaldehyde. These reactions created amino acids, the building blocks of protein and nucleotides, which form DNA. In other words, the sun didn't just warm the Earth, it supercharged the chemistry that made life possible. But chemistry wasn't alone enough. Something had to evolve and capture that energy. Now let's fast forward to 3.5 billion years ago. Primitive microbes evolved a mind-blowing superpower, photosynthesis. They learned how to capture sunlight and convert it into energy using chlorophyll. This single innovation changed the planet forever. It flooded the atmosphere with oxygen, created the ozone layer to block harmful UV, enabled complex life to evolve. The sunlight you feel today is the same force that built the biosphere. Without photosynthesis, Earth would still be a microbial soup. Now the question is, what if the photosynthesis had never evolved? Our planet might be invisible from space, silent and dead. But life didn't just absorb the sun, it adopted, mutated, and transformed in its light. Sunlight didn't just trigger life, it drove its evolution. Ultraviolet radiation introduced mutations. Some are harmful and others are miraculous. For billions of years, these random mutations became the engine of natural selection. Plants evolved to reach for the sun, animals evolved eyes to see its light, and humans eventually stood upright to better face it. Without the sun's energy and radiation, evolution might have never moved beyond the microbial stage. The sun is also Earth's ultimate climate regulator. Its radiation power winds, ocean currents, the water cycle, even plate tectonics indirectly through heat circulation in Earth's mantle. If the sun blinked off just for 1 week, temperatures would plummet, plants would die, ecosystems would collapse, and humanity would follow. Every cloud, storm, breeze, and rainfall owes its existence to the sun's radiant energy. But what if this cosmic engine suddenly changed gears? That's a story for another video. Now let's bring this full circle, from forming the planet to delivering water to sparkling the chemistry of life to powering evolution to sustaining ecosystem. The sun wasn't a passive bystander, it was the active architect of life. Everything you are, everything you have ever loved exists because this one star made it possible. And the best part, it's not finished yet. Now that you understand how the sun made made life possible. Get ready for an even deeper truth, because the sun didn't just build life, it built you. The atoms in your body, your carbon, your oxygen, your calcium were all forged in ancient stars and later shaped by the sun. Click on our next video, Why You Are Made of Stardust, the sun's role in our atoms. It's not just poetic, it's scientific fact. Hit subscribe, turn on the bell, because the next time you look at the sun, you realize you are looking at the very reason you exist. And I'll meet you in the next video.